Well, folks, the Crusaders end up winning Super Rugby Pacific 2022 here at Eden Park. They get the result, 21 points to 7. They're just about to hand over the trophy. I'm probably not supposed to show the field because that's Sky New Zealand and other companies' property, but you can see I'm at the game. Pretty disappointed as a Blues fan, but pretty impressed with the way the Crusaders went about their business, man. They are a championship side. I know the Blues have had a good season, but this game was maybe a pretty good example of the difference between an up-and-coming or maybe slightly inexperienced side in terms like the winning ways compared to a championship side like the Crusaders, because in that first half, I don't want to say men against boys, man, but that was a brutal half of rugby from the Blues. The Blues didn't have anything going on. We had like 30% possession and territory. The line out, oh my God, I'm surprised I got any hair left with that line out. That was atrocious, but guys like Sam Whitelock, Scott Barrett, man, they were just destroying us. And sometimes it was the Blues throws just not going, but that's the pressure the Crusaders guys are putting on. Richie Mo'unga, I know there's been like a bit of a resurgence in Bodie's like career this year with the Blues. Best year we've seen him have for maybe a wee while, but in this game, I mean, that first half, Mo'unga was just running a masterclass as well. His kicking for territory was just putting the Blues under the pump. He was getting line breaks. He was beating defenders. It was, yeah, it was pretty brutal stuff, like I say. Yeah, I mean, the Blues got some good turnovers. The Blues defended well. They were 6-0 down because there was a droppie from Richie and a penalty from Richie. But man, like, the Blues could have easily been 15, 20 points down in that first half. The Crusaders, honestly, I don't feel like I'm exaggerating this. You guys let me know, because I'm down one of the ends of the field, so I couldn't maybe get a good view, as some of you guys probably did on TV, but Crusaders, because they were running down the other end in the first half, they could have had a couple of tries. Hey, they did get one at the end of the first half through Bryn Hall, and that one was essentially the pressure paying off. I mean, the Blues could only hold off so many phases, like relentless. Eventually something had to crack, and they did. So Blues scoreless in that first half. It's a 2-score lead. Like I said, the line out and Richie Mo'unga really kind of what's going wrong with the Blues. The Blues struggling to exit out of their territory. Second half was obviously better, but that's setting the bar pretty low, because the first half couldn't have been a heck of a lot worse from a Blues point of view. I mean, Mo'unga still did kick another penalty on 46 minutes. He had another shot at one that was like 45 meters, which went short, but at least for the Blues, we did get on the board. I mean, Finlay Christie put some proper pressure on Bryn Hall, again down the other end of the bloody field, so I didn't get that good a view of it, but yeah, at least got us on the board. Perofeta knocks over the conversion, so yeah, at least we get that. It's one of those ones where it's like, sure, I'm happy we're on the board, a little bit disappointed it's not like us with a set play or able to break down the Crusaders D. It was more like defensive pressure creating turnover ball, which creates an opportunity. So the Blues never really cracked the Crusaders defense the whole game, if you know what I mean. That looked like, I mean, the crowd did get into it at that point, and it looked like maybe the momentum was going to swing the Blues' way, but then the Crusaders win a number of key turnovers. The Blues start knocking it on. There's not really any flow, so yeah, man, the Blues had a brief resurgence, but it was brief. Crusaders did what they needed to do. They're a championship team, like I said, and then to get the icing on the cake to kind of you know, prevent the Blues getting within that one score. Reese pounces on some loose ball, the Blues can't gather it, and yeah, it's game over. Blues fans start flocking out the door. The Crusaders fans, of which there were many here, they're still here. The Blues fans are going to beat the traffic at that point. Match stats, the Blues 400 run meters, the Crusaders 504. Clean breaks 4-1, that's the Crusaders obviously. The Crusaders more possession, 58%, more territory, 57%, more defenders beaten. The Blues lineouts at 47%, man, that's atrocious. Crusaders are at 100. Crusaders tackle at 92%, that's legendary. But I mean, so are the Blues at 92%, so if there's a bright side, it's the fact that they held the Crusaders out for as long as they did. Christie makes 1,000,000 tackles for the Crusaders. I think it was like 17 from 17. Mo'unga's got 5 defenders beaten and 2 clean breaks. Bit of a masterclass from him. Matera makes a few tackles as well. I mean, the Blues, it's Akira with 3 defenders beaten. It's kind of a slight bright spark, but that's a bit of a stretch, man. I mean, defensively, Sotutu 26 out of 27. Not a bad shift, but honestly, man, the Crusaders were just way too good. They took the crowd out of this match early. The first half was a champion team up against a team who's not there yet. Like I said, Blues, good season, but not good enough in the final. The Crusaders, this is why they've won, how many is it in a row now, like 6? It's unbelievable. They're a championship team. They're about to get the trophy, so congratulations to them, to you Crusaders fans. It's another one. We'll see if we can get you again next year. It's going to be tough for anyone to beat these boys, and yeah, we look forward to seeing what some of these guys can do in the All Blacks jersey in a few weeks' time. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts on the game. I should say also, officials wise, they kind of let a few things go at that first half where they were just like, nah, let's just not ping anybody, which was maybe a little bit different from what we saw at the start of the season, where head contact and stuff was punished a lot more harshly, but not so much in this game. I guess because it's a final, they're a little bit more likely to get stuff going. Anyway, congratulations to Crusaders. I'll catch you guys soon. Bye.